Nigeria is a country in West Africa. It's situated between the Sahel to the north and Gulf of Guinea. In the Atlantic Ocean to the south, it covers an area of around 356,000 square miles with a population of more than 230 million people. And it's the most popular country in Africa and the world's sixth most popular country. Now, Nigeria borders Niger to the north, Chad in the northeast, and Cameroon in the east, and Benin to the west. Nigeria is a federal republic comprising of 36 states and the federal capital territory, where its capital, Abuja, is located. The largest city in Nigeria by population is Lagos, one of the largest metropolitan areas in the world and the largest in Africa. Now, its official language is English. This is one of the advantages I like about this country. In fact, if you take the top 5 English-speaking countries based on the number of speakers, the United States has the most English speakers. India is number 2. Nigeria is number 3. In fact, the next 2 under that is the Philippines and the United Kingdom. Now, one thing that's nice about the Philippines while I'm on this is it's the only one on this list that has the most English speakers with a pure territorial tax system. But that's if as long as you don't get citizenship. Once you get citizenship, if you live there, they're going to tax you on your worldwide income. But it's nice to know because you can get, you can go there and live there and not get citizenship and not pay any income taxes. The other countries I just listed, you would have to do that. Now, Nigerian citizens had visa-free or visa-free on arrival access to 45 countries and territories, ranking the Nigerian passport 94th in terms of travel freedom, according to the Henley Passport Report. Also, folks, if you can do us a big favor, we don't monetize this channel, so please do me a big favor and hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen right here, and you'll get new videos automatically as they come out. And so Google will actually get more videos to you. And also what it does is it helps us on the algorithm of our channel. And also higher likes contribute to better search rankings and increased visibility. I would really appreciate if you would help us out on doing that. Now, as Commonwealth citizens, Nigerians are eligible, believe it or not, to vote in UK elections and serve in public office there. Now, let's look at acquiring Nigerian nationality. Now, let's look at the nationality can be obtained in Nigeria at birth or later in life through naturalization. Let's look at birth, though, first. Typically in Nigeria, there are no provisions to acquire nationality through what's called jus soli, by birth in the territory, which means that founders or orphans whose parents are unknown or stateless. Those who are eligible for nationality by birth include persons born anywhere whose parents are Nigerian nationals, persons born in Nigeria who have at least one grandparent who was Nigerian or belonged to an indigenous community of Nigeria prior to independence. Now let's look at naturalization, because this is where most of y'all are actually going to fit in. Naturalization can be granted to persons who have resided in Nigeria for a sufficient period of time to confirm they understand the customs and traditions of the country and the responsibility of citizenship. Now, applications are submitted to the Ministry of the Interior, who in turn forwards the paperwork to various state agencies like the Immigration Service, the State Security Service, as well as the state governor, chair of the local governing body, and the police. If it's accepted, the application is then sent to the Federal Executive Council for recommendation. The final decision on the application comes from the President of Nigeria. Now, general qualifications are that applicants have good character and are able to contribute to the progress of the nation. Nigerian statutes have no provisions for adopted children to acquire nationality. Now, applicants must verify legal residency of a minimum of 15 years. Besides foreigners meeting that particular criteria, the wife of a Nigerian national, this is the important part right here, the wife of a Nigerian national who meets the other criteria for naturalization can register without residency period. So if you're a female and you go marry a national in Nigeria, it's like instant citizenship as long as you've met the other qualifications, but the residency is instant. You don't have to worry about residing there. Now, loss of nationality. Nigerians are allowed to renounce their nationality provided that comply with registration processes. The government may oppose during times of war. Nationals of origin cannot be deprived of their nationality. Naturalized persons can be denaturalized for working for another nation without governmental consent or for committing serious crimes, disloyal acts, or crimes against the state or state security. Now let's look at dual nationality. Nigeria allows dual nationality for most persons, but does not allow persons who have been naturalized in another country to naturalize as a Nigerian. Nationals of origin in Nigeria or another country are allowed to naturalize without renouncing other nationality. Now, members of the government, like the president, governor, or state or national legislatures, are allowed to have dual nationality only if they acquired Nigerian citizenship by birth and have held this continuously. Now, Nigerian residents are taxed on their worldwide income if you live there. Now, individual tax rates are as high as 24%, corporate tax rates 30%. Social Security contributions in Nigeria cover benefits for retirement, disability, sickness, and maternity. Employees contribute a minimum of 8% of their salary, while employers contribute around 10% to the various benefit schemes. So in other words, if you're owning a business there, you're looking at, on top of the taxes I just told you, you're going to have to pay around 18% of Social Security tax, okay, when you add the 10 and the 8 together. Now, GDP per capita is only $1,597 US a year. So if you got a company in Nigeria, you can reduce your labor costs a lot, maybe even 90 or 95%. Now, one thing I want to tell you too, when I was in Dubai, we had a lot of Nigerians there in Dubai. One reason they like to bring in a lot of Nigerians to Dubai is because they speak English. They're used to low wages, and we had more people from Africa, from countries like Nigeria, Kenya, Cameroon when I was there, and then other countries like, of course, the Philippines. And notice the Philippines was on that list I gave you too. Why? Because they have a lot of English speakers. So, the labor market's a lot to choose from when you have a population that big, and they're used to getting paid low amounts of money. So this is why a lot of business owners like using labor from those countries. Now, we talk about taxes a lot, but I'll tell you something. If you've got a pretty intensive labor force, I would be looking at countries like this or the Philippines, because, man, you can get your labor costs down dramatically by outsourcing. I outsource on everything. Everything I do, I outsource, even from here. And the labor cost is a lot cheaper here in the U.S., but I even outsource here for IT work in the Philippines. It's a lot cheaper. You look at that website I did. That website cost me, it's about 75 pages. It cost me $400 US to get that done in Pakistan. That's the difference in your cost. That would have cost thousands of dollars to do that website. Anyway, let me tell you my evaluation on this. Lagos has got pretty high pollution. That's one thing I don't like. And some of the other bigger cities in Nigeria have that same problem. They don't allow dual citizenship if you're going to go and naturalize there. They've got taxes a lot higher than I would want to pay. But if you've got a big company and you want to move your business there because you've got, or you don't even have to move there yourself. I'm talking about you could have your labor force there, knock your labor costs down maybe 90 or 95%. The thing I don't like about their passport too, you're looking at just right at 40 countries visa-free or visa-free on arrival. That's a pretty bad passport. If you're going to be going there for that, I would be going to a lot more countries, and I would pick either Barbados or even Ireland for that purpose, because they've got really good passports. They allow dual citizenship. You can get your taxes to zero. But remember, this is the key right here. Remember that a good fast-track citizenship program, if you want to get citizenship quick, okay, and you need to do that, because if you don't do it, a lot of these business opportunities will bar you out. The country will bar you out of business opportunities if you don't have citizenship. But the thing you got to look for is you need to get a citizenship program that you can get fast, as long as you don't have a civil or criminal issue. A lot of these residency by investment programs don't go by the statutory period. So after you reside there so long of the time period that you can apply, then they don't give you the passport. They just put you off. And that's the problem when you don't get a fast-track citizenship program under your belt. And then number two is I would make sure that the country that you're applying for doesn't have military requirements. Always make sure that. And make sure that the tax system that's in place, that the country either has a territorial tax system, pure tax haven status, or they have what's called a non-dom system. You want one of these three, because if you don't have that, what's going to happen is you're going to throw a lot of money out the window in the government's coffer. So you need to be looking for that for your passport. Get a country that doesn't have an income tax. The two I like the best because they're fast, no income tax. They got good visa-free travel. Is Antigua and St. Kitts. Make sure that you know if there's a language requirement that you have that under your belt. If you don't do this, you're going to waste so much time trying to learn a different language. It just slows you down in your business. And trying to hire good, competent people that speak the language, it's just very hard. You're better off sticking with a country that already speaks your language, okay? And always verify that the citizenship allowed, that dual citizenship is allowed, or don't go in that program. I can't tell you anything more important than that. Any government that tries to keep you from getting a second passport, they're trying to control you, and you don't want that. Because if you don't have that second passport in place, if that country that you have citizenship in, they cancel your passport, you're in bad shape, man. Because you would have to go back and settle whatever you got with that country to get things right. And if you don't do it, then you won't be able to travel. They'll just cancel your passport or choose not to renew it. So you got to remember that. And, I would pick one that has the most visa-free countries that you can get fast. The two in the Caribbean have the most visa-free travel is St. Kitts and Antigua. St. Kitts has got more than Antigua. And one thing I like about St. Kitts over Antigua too is if you set up a local company in St. Kitts, they don't hit the owner with a Social Security tax. You would have to do it for your employees, but not for the owner. Antigua requires it for everybody, the owner and the employees. So that's something you got to remember. And remember also, if you pay in Social Security, a lot of times if you're getting Social Security in another country already, like let's say in the U.S. or something, if they have a treaty, it depends on what the treaty says, they might, even if you are qualified to get Social Security in certain countries, if you've paid in the system, you might not be able to get or collect the money because the U.S., if you're getting it from the U.S., they might say, hey, depending on what the treaty says, that if you're getting in this country that we don't have a treaty with, we're not going to pay you Social Security because of that. And you have to actually fill out forms stating that under penalties of perjury, okay? So it's important that don't think because you pay in Social Security, you're going to get money even if you qualify. So these are things you got to think about. And remember, a lot of these countries reserve their most lucrative business opportunities like insurance, real estate, retail, other type businesses for people that have citizenship there. Panama is a good example. If you don't have citizenship in Panama, you can't get in a lot of different businesses. And that's the problem. See, they can lure you down there and get you to start a business, but then you got to look at that type business. Can you do that in Panama or Nigeria or whatever? Okay, this is the problem. You have to look at a lot of these businesses have protected businesses, and even St. Kitts has them. Okay, and if you're not a citizen, you can't get in that business. So this is why you want to get citizenship quick in a country, especially if you're looking to relocate to another place and that other place doesn't have citizenship quick, then you need to get a fast track program under your belt, and that gives you the opportunity to move in that country quick if you want to, and then work there, because if you got a fast track citizenship program under your belt, then you got that problem solved. And remember, when you go to a country and you don't know that language, it's going to take you 10 times longer to do everything, and time's money. Also, folks, again, if you don't mind helping us out here, if you like our videos, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button at the right of your screen here. You'll get new videos automatically as they come out. It helps in the algorithm of our channel if you do this for us, and it would benefit us greatly. And also, if you want to know more on how to legally get your income taxes to zero, how to get a second passport as quick as 4 to 8 months, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.